My name is David Kurosbadiani. I'm 63 years old. In March of 2018, I noticed three little arrows on my test results for GFR, creatinine, and my bun levels. So after I met with my doctor, he wasn't concerned about those numbers. So I decided to see a kidney doctor. And after meeting with him, he wasn't concerned about those numbers either. My next test results came in September of 2018. And now I was very concerned because my GFR dropped to 51. Now, both of my doctors had no solutions. They had no advice or treatments. They were not concerned. So that's when I started to do my own research. And eventually I came across Lee Hull's book and I started reading it online. My story is a little bit different than most people's. My mother was admitted to the hospital when she was 87 for kidney failure. I retired early so that I could take care of her, and I took her in for dialysis every week for 4 years until she passed away. And after being in that center for those 4 years, watching the horrors and the pain and the sorrow of going through this, I decided I was never going to go into a dialysis center ever again. So 1 year later, that's when I found out that I had kidney disease. So in October 2018, I decided to go on a strict diet proposed in Lee Hull's book, and I figured I had nothing to lose. And my next blood test came in December 2018, and my results were very positive. My GFR went from 51 to 59. My creatinine went down from 1.49 to 1.23. And in March 2019, my results were even a little bit better. My worst GFR was 51, and 5 months later on the vegan diet, my GFR went up to 60. My worst bun number was 29, and 5 months later on a vegan diet, it improved and dropped to 14. And then my worst creatinine number was 1.49, and 5 months later on the vegan diet, my creatinine dropped to 1.22. The things that were most helpful, at least for me, were looking at the charts, how much creatinine was in fish versus red meat or eggs and so forth like that, so that I can look at items to avoid. And if I do take a little bit of protein now and then, I know that I can limit it or keep it in a range that's very low. Here's what concerns me, is that my GFR test results did not even indicate chronic kidney disease until my GFR was less than 60. So when I see that number and then I start doing research, well, I go back into my old numbers and I find that I was in stage 2 kidney disease 10 years or more, and nobody told me. I thought I was healthy. My concern is why the doctors aren't concerned about my kidney disease in stage 2 or even in stage 3. Even after going on a diet which greatly improved my numbers, they didn't even seem to care or be interested in why those numbers changed. And I think that the doctors just figure that when the numbers get really bad, they'll just put me on dialysis, and that's their solution. But that's not acceptable for me, and I'm hoping that someone can do something to change the doctors' minds so they can help people like me before they go to dialysis centers. And I think it's so simple. I mean, if you can just go on a vegan diet and you can improve your numbers, why aren't more people doing that? Why aren't they being informed that they can do that? I did a lot of research. I couldn't find any other help. No answers. His was literally, as far as I can tell, the only thing I could find. I've seen the horrors of being in a dialysis center. You're 6 hours a day, 3 times a week. I saw the bills. When you're in dialysis, you're on a very strict diet. So if you end up there, you're going to be on a very, very strict diet. So for me, it was really simple to go on a vegan diet. And I think Lee Hull's book makes that point really clear. And seeing the results of my numbers coming down makes it really clear to me that it really does work. So the thing that I wanted to say to people, it's better to do it Lee's way than the dialysis way. I think that's really important for people to understand. And it's not that hard.